Social engineering is the act of manipulating people psychologically so that you get what you need from them. We're not using any technical approaches we learned earlier. The attack vectors can be pretexting, and it's the act of creating or inventing a scenario to lure the victim to participate in it. An example can be these emails you get usually that an African prince has passed away and your name appears on his will. Please provide us with a copy of your passport and a couple of bucks so that we process this further. Some people for this trick. Another attack vector is diversion theft, and it's actually used with courier guys or transport companies so that you persuade them that to deliver, for example, the shipment elsewhere, or not necessarily with the courier guys. For example, if you're going for a bank to deposit your money in an ATM machine, and maybe some guys will lure you that, okay, the ATM machine is currently out of order, you can just deposit your money in this, for example, a van related to a bank or certain kiosk related to a bank. So it's actually diverting the attention or the actual action that needs to be performed by the victim. Phishing is the act of sending emails that appear to come from a legitimate business or a bank or a credit card company, and it requires some kind of information or verification from the victim, such that the victim will provide information like credit card, CVV number, etc. So this kind of information. Spear phishing is the same as phishing, but it's actually targeting a specific group, and the rate of success is more than the phishing, because phishing is actually targeted towards the mass and it has a low rate of success. But in spear phishing, the attacker does more research and he attacks a certain group of people so that the probability of having a successful attack is increased. Baiting is when you trick people into, for example, you create a USB drive, USB flash disk, and you put a malicious file in it and you throw it in a public place such as a parking, an elevator, walkways, and you might mark this as, for example, confidential or salaries of 2018, etc. So some people will fall for the trick and they will take this USB and just put it in their computers just out of curiosity to see what's there, and at this moment the computer will be infected depending on the payload as well, and the attacker might have remote control over this computer. Tailgating is when the attacker seeks to a restricted area by following a person or entering behind a person who actually used his legitimate access, so that the person will have access to this area and without any kind of identification or any kind of questions asked. Phishing is voice phishing. It's where the criminal practice the use of social engineering over the telephone system to gain access to private or personal financial information, etc. Waterholing is actually same as phishing but in a different context. In most of the cases, people are aware of phishing attacks and they are not ready to press on the links of any of these emails, but they are ready to press on the links on the websites they trust. So some kind of research will be done in this aspect so that the attacker will research the websites that are mostly visited by this user and will then check the vulnerabilities found on this website to inject these links. And the user will, since he's trusting the website, he will be more inclined on pressing on these links.